Good morning, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Welcome to Industry Beacon, where we shine a light on the trailblazers, the disruptors, and the leaders shaping our future. And in each episode, we'll explore how they're staying ahead in their fields, one industry at a time. The popularity of international furniture brands continues to grow here in the Philippines, catering to a demand for stylish, functional, and high-quality pieces. But demand is one thing, bringing them here is a whole other process. This is where our guest this morning comes in. Joining us is the founder of Spanish Designs, the good-looking Miquel Aguilar. Good morning, Miquel. How are you?
Good. Good morning, Ferdi.
Thank you so much for being part of our show. I've been following your career and obviously your new brands that you're bringing in the Philippines for quite some time now, especially during the pandemic. Tell me, Miquel, how did you start Spanish Designs?
Well, we started in 2019 to represent all the Spanish brands in the Southeast Asia. But during pandemic, we became traders. And in 2022, we opened a showroom, our own showroom, where we host all the best Spanish brands for all the Filipino market.
Yeah, so what Spanish brands do you carry?
We carry from furnitures, lighting, tiles, closets, to try to give a complete solution to the construction
So
market.
it's a one-stop shop.
Correct. We try to really consolidate all the brands for the client to really in one-stop shop to get everything.
What's interesting is that in the Philippines, we're more familiar with U.S. brands and Italian brands. How are your Spanish brands being introduced in the market?
Well, we saw the gap there of the Spanish brands that they were not represented here. So in the end, Spanish also has the same quality and design like Italian, and price point is also lower. So that makes a position in competitive really good with the Italian.
Oh, does that make it a unique selling point, the prices or
Yes.
the designs?
Cost effective is really good. Design nowadays is same level that Italian, and quality as well. So that also, and nowadays the branding of the Spanish brands are in the same level. They share the same fairs in Milan and in Spain, the suppliers from Italy, from Denmark, from Spain.
What about the price points? I'm interested in that. I'm sure our viewers would like to know that. Is it super high-end, ultra-luxury?
We have all the levels. We
Okay.
really try to reach all the markets from contract, hospitality, and private residence. We try to really to provide to the clients the points of the price that they are looking for. So we try to respect also the price from the factories from Europe, in that case from Spain, majority. But we can work with any country as well.
But it's interesting, you said homes and hospitality. So does this mean you've got stock on hand? Because of course, restaurateurs, hoteliers, and stuff like that.
That is one of our targets, the restaurants, the hotels, resorts. We did some resorts already. So private lounge for private clubs. So yeah,
If I were to open a restaurant and I want your pieces, how long would it take me? Because like I said a while ago, choosing the designs is the easy part. Getting them into the country is a different process. So how do people like myself manage or navigate that?
we try to say the lead times nowadays goes on fabrication about 30 days to 45 days.
Okay.
So that is the standards. And then to ship it here from Spain to the Philippines is around 45 days sea freight. So there are articles that we could also ship it by air freight, and that makes really faster the delivery time.
And what does the Philippine market look for in with your brands? What's the most popular pieces?
For example, in furnitures, Andrew Wall is one of the most recognized brands. Cignal, in rugs, Nani Marquina. Then lighting, you have Santecol, Velux, Marcet, Estiluth. So we try to really host all the best.
They sound like Basque brands. Are they all Basque
Some
brands?
of them, yeah. The majority of the factories are from Basque region, Valencia and Barcelona.
Yes, because I know in the international markets, Spanish tiles are considered the top bar none,
yes.
right? In my opinion, rather.
Yes, we
right?
also work with them. So when we started the project, we started from the tiles. And then we continue with the architectural lighting, decorative lighting, the furnitures, the outdoor lighting, the landscape, outdoor furniture. So we can really propose all the areas in the house or in the project that we work with the architects and the designers or the final users as well. So we can really work in all these kind of lines.
Yes, you've lived in the Philippines for almost or over a decade, right?
Yes, correct.
So you've seen, and in your previous career, you were also in another company that deals with high-end supplies for homes and hotels and whatnot, right?
Yes.
Have you seen a shift in preferences with the Filipino market, especially the high-end market, or they're keeping with the classic designs?
No, this is a good point. The evolution here is going to more timeless designs, more modern, and then also the acknowledgement of the Filipino market is really high as well, because nowadays with the social media, the globalization, people is really aware of all the brands. We receive a lot of leads here from Philippines that they contact directly the factories to research about the products, and then we started to give this service to them.
Wow.
So I'm really well surprised about the high acknowledgement in the Filipino market for the brandings and the designs that they are looking for.
And what's the most popular designs that your customers buy?
The most popular, perhaps, is always I will say the timeless design. That after 10 years, you still look at this space or this chair or this table and looks like the same the first day. That the design didn't get old-fashioned.
I can imagine your home. It must look like a showroom.
It is. You are really welcome. It is. It's a show house. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are the products that you bring part of the way you live?
Yes, definitely. It was the idea. The concept started to use the house as a show house.
Yes.
To show the design and the conceptuality in the mix of the neoclassic and modern and all these designs. And then it became the showroom. So we combine both elements to host with the professionals, the architects or designers to come by appointment, or the final users if they want to see the styles and to get an idea, and yeah, of course.
What do you prefer more, form or functionality?
Functionality, I would say, but also I always like sometimes that piece of design that perhaps you don't use too much, but just to looking at it, it really gives you that pleasure just for the design.
Okay, but of course, when you're sourcing popular brands from Spain, or I'm sure you're going to be looking at other European brands to bring into the market.
Of course, we know all the brands. Sometimes I have clients that they ask me specific brands to get from Europe, because nowadays the pricings, so we really try to bring from the original price from Europe. This is one of our values, of course. And then to give that service to the client. So sometimes it's for that one-stop shop that we set.
Yes.
So if they look for any specific product, so we can also do that.
Is importing difficult in your business?
Challenge, yeah, is one of our goals. I'm expertise in import-export, so that's why our goal is to really consolidate really well the importations and to really bring down the landed cost to benefit the final client. With that good exercise, the final client benefit, and the price doesn't get affected.
So that's your pricing strategy. Obviously, the large part of buying imported goods is logistics, and that's why it makes it more expensive. A piece of furniture you can buy in Europe or the United States for $100. When it's landed here, it's almost $1,000.
Yeah, sometimes it could
be to be corrected, but and how are you managing that gap?
When the client or the final user understand our concept, which the one full stop, so they see the potential to really consolidate everything with us, instead to go to different shops, for example, to buy a mattress in one shop, to buy a closet in the other one, to buy the tiles, to buy the sofa. So everyone will charge you freight if you don't live in Manila, because majority of the companies are here. So we do projects all around the Philippines, in Cagayan de Oro, Cebu, Calatagan, everywhere. So we really bring directly the containers with all the products that the client needs for his house. We bring it directly to the final port destination, not passing through Manila. And then the client benefit for that savings. And then we bring the container directly to the site. So that is our specialty.
What challenges do you face in the industry you're in?
Well, sometimes the delays because the some crisis that they were in the Suez Channel, so then the vessel has to go all around South Africa and to pass. So that
Well, that adds, if you're going down to the Cape of Good, was it Cape of Good Hope or
yeah,
Horn or something like that?
hope, yeah.
Yeah, so that adds what, another month and a half?
Almost 1 month more, yeah, yeah.
Oh my, so that's one challenge. What about domestic challenges? Do you have any?
Yes. Well, logistics nowadays, I would say that in Philippines is really good as well. So timings are good between the islands, and in the Bureau of Customs also they work really well. So I would say indeed during these 10 years, I see a really improvement there.
There's a very strong movement of buying local. And how do you collaborate or how do you transmit or translate your goods with people that, you know, hey, maybe we should support local, but they like to mix? How do you do that?
Well, first of all, the companies, the brands always are open for new designers to really submit their designs, and they study.
Okay.
They do also some how you would say that concurso, you know, when they present the options.
Yes.
And they get a winner for that, and the design of this local designer becomes a real piece in the catalog of the brands. So the factories, they do that to motivate and to incentivize the local designers and young designers to be more entrepreneur on to submit new.
So, okay, that's very interesting for me. So have you submitted Filipino designs by Filipinos to your brands?
Not yet, but I would like to ask, of course, to encourage designers to really submit. Just right now, Andrew will finish an awarding of a new chair that
Yes.
designers can submit the designs, and there is a judge there that they will vote, and they will choose the piece to make it.
That's really interesting because, you know, buying local is one thing, but putting out Filipino designers globally is quite important because it puts us on the map, right?
Correct.
What about ecologically friendly practices with the brands that you bring? Do you practice that? Do you
Yes,
imbibe that?
it's nowadays is one of the most important points for the companies. Andrew Wolf, for example, was a B certified, B Corp, which it means the highest standards of quality and the sustainability of the manufacturing process and all the carbon footprint. All these really nowadays they take care a lot. So for that, not every company can be B certified.
Oh, okay.
So it's really one of the high ends that we always highlight we presented to the architects for the lead corporations certifications.
Yeah.
So we also
But we'll get back to that. We're going to take a quick break. Industry Beacon will be right back. Stay with us here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. And we're back. You're still watching Industry Beacon. Still with us, the founder of Spanish Designs, Miquel Aguilar, as we continue our chat on the growing demand of international furniture brands in the Philippines. So, Miquel, there's a lot of clamor for vertical dwelling or condos and stuff like that. What is the mix of your clientele that live in buildings or that live on terra firma in a house?
Well, with our wide range of variety in options, so also we give a wide range in prices. So we could say that depending if you want to invest more or less in your house, so we have all the options available. So that I think is an interesting point.
But more condo dwellers?
Yeah, we did some. We did also some private houses in village. So we did a resort as well. So our variety gives us this flexibility to adapt in the prices in the quotation that the client, the budget that the client has. So always we would say, what is your budget? So from that we started to work.
Right. I've got a question that's important. I think, how many years do you have to wait to change your furniture?
Well, sometimes you don't need to change. You can just make a restyle or, a refresh to change some pillows or or to upholster or to change a little bit the finish.
Yes.
So perhaps, depending, you move a little bit. Also the modularity to change the positions in the living. It makes that you change your living, but you are just changing the flow in that space. So
Do you have an after-service program?
of course, it's really important. The majority of the companies give to 5 to 10 years warranty of the products.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that is what defines really the high end of the brands that we deal with.
Does that include insurance on for children and human children? Because
Well,
if you've got quite a few kids, I
Yes,
know, and
yes.
Once they have that crayon, and any surface is an art surface,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, this is one of the things that I experienced myself.
Yeah.
So what we recommend in that scenarios is to really perhaps, I don't know, if you like natural products, but you are willing to put a natural wood flooring, perhaps use a porcelain tile that looks like wood, but it's a porcelain tile, so the kids can, and they did in my house, so they can draw there
Is
on the
that
floor.
part of the showroom? Yeah.
Yes, and you can clean easily, and you don't need to be worried about the maintenance if you use a natural wood. So
Well, I think you should use the kids as part of your presentation. Okay, kids, do your
They
artwork on
do,
the floor.
they do.
Look, it's easy to clean.
they do.
What about expansion? I know you are going to be. Are you going to be expanding into like Cebu showroom?
Yeah, we
Davao,
always,
perhaps?
Cebu market is also really interesting for us. We did already several projects there. They are good also professionals, architects there, and
Yes.
that we visit frequently. And yeah, why not? We are still, expansion here in Manila with more facilities in our company. And yeah, who knows? Who knows? But
What about in Southeast Asia?
we continue to represent the brands that we import here. We also develop their market for them in the South Asia, also Taiwan, Hong Kong, and South Korea countries. We added in our area of working there. So yeah, because at the end, I am from Barcelona. I am a Spaniard, so I really also had that in my blood to really contribute to bring up the level of the Spanish brands in this continent.
Yes, but there's a lot of also questions about, if I buy a piece of furniture, and yes, thank God you got an after sales, but do you think your consumers are more brand conscious or they're more design conscious?
Architects are more brand conscious, of course,
Okay.
because they have the knowledge in their careers, or interior designers. They always look for the brand or the specific designer or model that they know because it fits in their concept design. And nowadays, more particular also are more aware about the design branding or names of designers, and then makes that they look for a specific product designed by a specific designer. And if they are really aware of that, so we also try to understand what are the necessities that they need in their house. That's the most important. So with that, we present some options that they can choose.
Interesting. What about, we spoke about expansion in the market a while ago. Are you getting more B2B or business-to-business clients over business to B2C or business to consumer?
They did the B2B. We really, I face the projects by myself always. I am always in the first line. I like to be there to deal directly with the final user, to understand their necessities and to really try to provide my best to them. Yeah, but but also we try to promote the brands to the architects for them to be aware that all these brands are available in the market, because sometimes they don't know it. So,
Yes.
And the architect is who recommend our brands to the final user. So we try to really close the circle from informing the client the options, but also to updating the professionals with all the brands.
I can see on the screen right now some of the pieces that's being shown, and I think I have a hankering to change my furniture. This is not a good interview.
really nice.
So when you go into a person's home or office, do you immediately like identify, oh, I want to change this for you and stuff like that?
Well, I always like to take a look in the design, even in good restaurants or the lobby of the hotel. So I like to see what pieces there are, the chandeliers or the lounge chairs in the lobby. Always is a defect, professional defect. I always take a look in the tiles, the light, the racks, yeah, even the bathrooms.
Do you judge people's homes because?
No, never. No. I would say that at the end, every person is unique.
Yes.
And every concept or design that you like has to be completely respectable, and that's the way. So,
what's your dream project in the Philippines?
Perhaps a sustainable, completely 100% resort.
Okay. On the sustainable level?
Yes.
Okay. And the brands that you have, how do you think that can translate? Like the sustainability practices, even the materials of your brands can help achieve that dream collaboration with yours?
It could, of course. And in the LEED certification, you can obtain the gold, which is the highest, using some of the brands that we work with. So yeah, then of course there is a certification that you need to go through inspections, and that we can provide all this information to the inspectors and to really obtain that certification for the sustainability.
Miquel, as you know, as a consumer, and I'm looking at a furniture piece or even lighting or a table, whatever it may be, how am I guaranteed that that piece was actually sustainably manufactured?
It comes with a certification.
So what do I ask them?
It comes with a certification. First of all, there are some pieces also that comes with a authentified certification, which is a masterpiece, perhaps. And then also from the designer that is made, it comes with all the documents that certify the originality or the identification of that piece. And also the process of manufacture will really prove with the certification how it was manufactured with all that process of sustainability.
Okay. Top 3 favorite brands?
Andrew Wall, I would say. Sante Cole, for to say one in furnitures, one in lights, and one in architectural and lighting and decorative lighting, Velux.
Okay. What is your biggest mistake?
In terms of business?
Any. Life, business?
I would not say mistake. Sometimes my wife said that I am really passionate.
Yes.
And sometimes my passion when I explain the products or when I'm dealing with a client sometimes gets so high in the passion that I transmit that my voice get a little bit high and my gestures and perhaps is not aggressive, but they could be intimidated for my passion because I really feel it as my own.
So, Mrs. Aguilar, it is acknowledged. Thank you so much, Miquel, for joining me this morning and explaining your business to us. And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Cignal Channel 24. Thanks for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel, always on top. Have a happy weekend.